What is up, Midway Mayhem fans? This is Dan, and we are checking back into SeaWorld Orlando today, and today is Media Day for Mako. We're going to go inside and check it all out.
I'm from Jamaica originally. I'm 10th generation Jamaican. Went to school in England, you can tell by my accent. And I studied marine sciences all the way up to PhD at the University of the West Indies in Kingston. And after I graduated, I remained as a professor, but my art career was blossoming. And I signed a contract with a t-shirt company in Fort Lauderdale in 1986, so it's 30 years ago. Switched from academia to business. My hobby became my profession, and here we are today.
Right. And how would you say that working with SeaWorld, that you've been able to help preserve the ocean conservation and promote education of the oceans?
Well, let me change a word you used there, preserve. Preservation is like total no-take at all. Conservation is management sustainably of different resources, and that's what I'm about. There are many fishery issues facing different species cause more destruction of sharks than any other similar type of activity. And that, as you know, is the consumption of shark fins in soup by generally Oriental countries. That hopefully is in the decline now. But sharks are long-lived, slow-growing animals, and they can't reproduce at a rate fast enough to accommodate for our level of extraction. And that's why the populations have crashed. When you consider, let's put it in perspective, sharks have been around for 400 million years, and in the last 100 years, many populations have crashed. It's the equivalent to an extinction. And so that's why there's urgency and a very severe situation. So the timing is perfect for SeaWorld to choose a mascot like a Mako shark to brand their new roller coaster ride, because it puts a spotlight not on just the Mako shark but on all sharks. You have other great shark exhibits here, very educational. I learn a lot coming here. There's species here I never see. I'm glad to see them, which is part of the reason why it's kind of cool to have animals in captivity, because it inspires people. You can't keep a Mako shark in captivity.
No?
No. You can't keep any of the big ocean fishes in captivity because they don't survive.
Right.
So that's why we go where they live, to go and film them underwater, to dive with them, for my inspiration as an artist, and to have access from a scientific perspective of the animal, and then bring the images back to you, and bring the data back to school kids and people who want to learn about these animals. So it's a process. The data collection is the first part of the conservation process. Without data, from a management perspective, you're only guessing. So data leads to education, and through education you can affect conservation. And that's how it works. And if you try and jumpstart it or do it, it doesn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
Guy, you have a great partnership here with SeaWorld Orlando.
Yes.
Do you have future plans with the other SeaWorld parks as well, being involved with them, or are we going to see your work just pretty much here?
This is very early days, and it's somewhat similar, I think, to the relationship with Norwegian Cruise Line that I started last year when they asked me to paint their latest and biggest ship. It's great to have a huge company take an interest in not only the art component that I offer, but the conservation component. And so it's early days yet, and we'll see where it leads. I don't think Norwegian's going to ask me to paint another ship, and I don't think one of the competing theme parks will ask me to do a similar thing. But because of the situation that faces sharks now, I would consider it, because it's a really big issue.
Now, you said that your eyes have been opened up to some of the other animals here. What's one species that really kind of caught your eye that you've kind of grown a fondness to?
I like all animals. I mean, being a naturalist, you have access here to. They brought the eagle yesterday to the wall, the injured eagle that's been fixed. Where else in the world are you going to stand 1 foot away from a bald eagle? This morning I visited the manatee body shop, basically is what it is. It's a rehab center for manatees. Well, manatees have had a rough deal in Florida generally because of all the boating activity, and I think SeaWorld is only 1 of 3 rehab centers for manatees. I was very impressed with the level of attention and the expertise given to this poor beleaguered animal. I've always had sympathy for manatees, but never seen several in such a dire situation. I've dived with them in many countries because they're around the Caribbean, but take my hat off to SeaWorld for taking on the responsibility. and there's an educational component. I wish everybody who comes here could go behind the scenes and see what they do, but that's just impossible to organize. So somebody has to tell the story, and I'll be glad to do that.
Thank you, sir. Alrighty guys, so we are here inside the pass holder lounge, and as you can see right here, we have the Freestyle Machine, and we are going to try something out right now. Grabbing the cup, and check this out. We actually have the Mako Blast right there. So I'm going to get that. Get my eyes. And I'm going to choose regular. And let's see. So there it comes out. We'll go ahead and take a little sample. It looks orangish. That's actually really good. Tastes kind of tangerine-y. Good mix though. I actually really like it though.
Bye-bye, Mako. So that's it. Great news. I was thinking, it's like we were just I want to say thank you again.
Well guys, that is going to do it for our Media Day video here at SeaWorld Orlando for Mako. Really, again, cannot thank SeaWorld Orlando enough for having us out. Your hospitality was absolutely wonderful. Ride was absolutely wonderful as well. And we're going to have more videos from here and other parks from around the world, guys. So if you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, our Facebook, our Twitter, and our YouTube page at Midway Mayhem. And I will see you out on the Midway.